Siema, z tej strony Matriax, a to jest kolejny odcinek z gry Dishonored. Jesteśmy tu, gdzie ostatnio zakończyliśmy naszą rozgrywkę. W ostatnim odcinku udało nam się złapać Skołowa i teraz będziemy go właśnie przesłuchać. Masz do powiedzenia?
I hope Sokolov will cooperate. I'd hope to have him paint my portrait again one day. Just me this time.
Okej. Wchodzimy.
Royal Physician, I believe you and Corvo knew each other in former days. Unlike you, our friend Corvo knows what loyalty means.
I am loyal to my inner spirit. You are the one consorting with the most wanted man in the Empire.
It's my belief that Corvo was innocent in the death of the Empress, and the former spy master, or the Lord Regent, as he calls himself, is a ruthless tyrant bent on destroying the city, the heart of the Empire.
You're mistaken if you think there's love between me and our Lord Regent. But whatever you intend to do here, I assure you, I am beyond petty scare tactics.
If I don't scare you, Sokolov, perhaps these rats will. Even if they don't carry me. I've heard of a swarm of rats stripping a child's body to the bone in half a minute. I've heard worse. How long do you think it'll be before you talk? Before you beg to talk?
Rats? Is that the company you keep now, Admiral?
It's the company you keep that interests us, Sokolov. We know you painted a portrait of the Lord Regent's mistress, the very aristocrat who is funding the military with her fortune. She is the key to the Lord Regent's control over the city, and we must have her name.
Sorry, Admiral. I cannot help you. You're part of this rabble, but I know you have your reasons.
Yes, he does. All we need is the name of the Lord Regent's mistress. It's very simple.
I elect not to tell you. You will have to force the words from me, and I warn you, my willpower is quite legendary.
Sorry, Sokolov.
No, not rats. Stop! Stop! I will tell you what you need to know. I'm obliged to safeguard Dunwall's greatest intellectual asset. I can only tell you so much. I was not permitted to see her face or hear her full name. She called herself Lady Boyle. You see, I painted her from behind. I assure you, she still makes a striking portrait, but I do not know which Boyle she is. I was to be introduced to her at a masked ball in her honor this very night. But I will miss that party, it seems.
A masked ball at the Boyle estate. Tonight? The timing is perfect, Corvo. But the Boyles are wealthy and ruthless, so security will be very tight.
Of course. You already have a mask, don't you, Corvo?
Yes, you will be able to mingle with them once you're on the grounds. You'll have to find out which of the Boyle women is connected to the Lord Regent, and take her out whatever way you can devise. We're very close now. Corvo, if you do this tonight, we'll be able to strike at the Lord Regent himself and put Emily on the throne. May the wind favor you.
Okej, czyli...
I hear you're off to the Boyles' little bash tonight. I have just a tiny favor I'd like to ask you. Could you give this note to Lord Shaw? You'll know him. A rather brusque man wearing a wolf's mask. In fact, he may be looking for me. I knew Sokolov would see reason and tell us what we need to know. He never actually liked the Lord Regent.
Dzięki za informację. Czyli co, nie musieli się
Have you
udać
ever been in
na
a
bal.
sea battle?
Of course.
Did you ever see pirates? And did you sink any?
Of course. Dozens. Oh, yes. But that's not for young girls to hear about.
But I will be Empress, won't I? And then I'll have to sink lots of enemy ships myself. And that's what Empresses do mostly, isn't it?
Of course.
I knew it! I read that some pirate ships have witches aboard that can cause storms and make whales do what they want. Is that true?
Yes, mostly. Maybe we should be quiet now.
Very well.
Wszystko zostawam, potrzebuję. I tak jestem biedny.
The Boyle costume ball, huh? Well, that'll be fun, but not for everybody. You ready?
Jasne są, ale jestem gotowy.
Regent's pulling out all the stops for the Boyle family. I didn't think there'd be tall boys patrolling here tonight. Watch yourself, Corvo. They don't fool around. The good news is, once you get to the party, that mask of yours will let you blend right in. Enjoy your evening out with the folk of quality. Better you than me. I think that old woman they call Granny Rags used to live around here. Makes sense that a lunatic like her would be neighbors with Lady Boyle.
Okej. Super wysoki chaos. To najlepsza rzecz, która mnie rozpoczyna w tej...
Please clear the streets. This area is restricted to invited guests only by request of the local landowners. Unauthorized intruders will be expelled or apprehended on site.
So, she was supposed to sing that evening in the garden. She lost her voice right at the start.
Ten tak wiele nie zawijał.
And that's a crime?
Wait for
Powinno się
it. A
skończyło.
couple of overseers were passing and they had one of their units.
The music boxes.
So she stopped singing as they passed
And they thought she was a witch.
you should have seen it. Ran right through the rose bushes and tackled her. Dragged her back to that abbey.
And they call us stupid.
We had to get a notarized letter from the regent himself to get her back. But she hasn't been the same since.
I'm not surprised.
I've heard stories.
She won't talk about it. One of these days I'm gonna take one of these.
Dobra, mamy to jest tylko co. Mamy naturalnie gościu na amulet. Zajmijmy się z tym bardzo.
Someone get over here. Come on. Stand clear.
Dobra. To są kości na nalot i jedziemy.
Guards, someone please.
się prawie kolego uratowałem, nie wyszło mi. Przepraszam. Od cholery teraz jest. Bardzo proszę szczurów. Okej.
Going to a party, Corvo? Is that what you dreamed of? All those months in Coldridge Prison while waiting for the executioner? Wealth, beautiful women in the latest fashions, laughing and drinking Tibian wine. And what of the host, Lady Boyle? I can see all her tomorrows, and I know that either she dies tonight at your hand, or she'll live out her days, month after month, year after year, far away, even as her fine clothes wear into tatters and her silken hair gets dull and gray. Half the city can see the lights from the party, and they dream of the delights inside. Will you tear it all to pieces? Either way, it's Lady Boyle's last party.
Okay. Że gdybym nie zabijał w poprzednim etapie, w poprzednim odcinku, w sumie poprzednim tylu ludzi, to było łatwiej. do sali balowej.
What most people don't remember is the rats came a half a year before the Empress died. And the plague, too.
Are you sure? If you see Pendleton, make sure he goes outside to the garden to see Lord Shaw. It'll be a good show.
Step back, sir. I don't believe we're acquainted.
Welcome to my party. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Welcome to the royal estate.
Co nie było tego, że siostry, że to są siostry.
Evening, sir.
You should see this as an opportunity.
To what? Learn a trade, join the City Watch.
Your house built its fortune in crisis. You can do so again.
Land is worthless now. My buildings are full of corpses and rats. Where's the fortune there?
If you want to be beaten, go right ahead. Let your family starve. Sell your wife into prostitution. I'm sure I can get you a good price.
You son of a bitch.
There's the old pirate spirit. Things are changing too fast to give up just yet. First that nasty mess with the Empress, now the High Overseer's gone. Parliament is shifting. The whole city's turning upside down.
Scary mess.
If we only had a good war to get into.
There you are. Although at this stage, I don't know who we could beat.
But don't you see, we don't need to win a war, only lose it. Everything's revalued and we let the conquerors worry about the problems.
Interesting. I'll be informing the Lord Regent of your ideas in the morning.
You don't mean...
Have another drink, Byron. They don't serve cocktails in Coleridge Prison.
I was only talking, thinking aloud.
As was I, Byron. Now drink up. Go ahead and take it. Everyone does. I had a servant sew me an extra pocket.
Indeed.
Enjoying yourself? Doing all right? Hello, sir.
I say nothing against the Lord Regent.
Yes, of
He's
course.
the only one holding this together. It'll make us... Excuse me a moment.
You, a gentleman?
I'll have you know I'm his gen... Bless you.
Did you hear about Mrs. Brimsley? You'll never believe this.
What is it now?
Hello. The Boyles hope you have a wonderful time tonight.
Another party game. It was fun for a season, but now?
What is it tonight?
Guess which is which. Their hair and makeup are identical, but one's in red, one's in black, one's in white. There's a prize at the end. The Boyle cameo.
As if they don't get enough attention. Then again, the cameo is worth a lot.
Doesn't Esma's bedroom have a balcony? If you could get up there, I bet you could find something.
More likely I'd end up in Coleridge Prison. The City Watch is everywhere tonight, but at least you're thinking.
There must be another way. Waverly likes to be seen in red.
Which everyone knows. Too obvious. You know, I hear there are other ways into Esma's bedroom.
Oh, don't flatter yourself.
Just thinking out loud.
Oh my, that's wicked. Who made that mask for you. It's exactly like the wanted posters.
That's going to cast a pall over the whole evening. I think I'm starting to enjoy myself.
W tym odcinku byłoby to na tyle. Do nas